Guys, I want you to know I appreciate you sitting down because what we've been looking for is to be able to tell the story. You know, Darrell, that's what you and I talked about.
Right.
It's just we want to tell the story because people are going to spend a lot of money, and this
Correct.
is serious business. And
Correct.
you know, as much as we've tried to work with the pricing and everything, it's like we know what it takes to make it happen. Just like you guys running your service business, you know that when you're charging that 140 an hour, that's what it takes to cover the bills.
Right.
You know? So I appreciate that. Tell us about the company,
Mm-hmm.
how long you guys have been in business, and how you guys are paired up.
And so our company name is Savage Mobile RV Service, and we started in March of 2022, and we've been going on. This is our third year now, and we've been going great. Me and my dad, we are split a 60-40 split, so he's got 60%, I've got 40%. And I mean, we just work like a well-oiled machine because I know what he's doing and he knows what I'm doing. I take care of the more the behind the scenes and the accounting aspect of stuff. I'm also the first point of contact for the customer. So
Okay.
if they call in, they're going to get me every single time. I'm also going to be able to determine what kind of visit that they're going to need or what kind of call that they're going to need, whether it's going to be a diagnostic call or if it's going to be a repair call, because I have been able to do that home study course that you had initially done. I know the right questions to ask for the customer in order to get them going up again.
It's so critical, isn't it?
It
To
is.
ask the
It
right
is.
question.
It makes my job so much easier in the field when I know exactly what I'm going for.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it so much easier.
You find yourself as you're driving to the job, you're already pre-diagnosing.
Yes. I'm already thinking about, okay, so it's doing this, so I need to check this, this, and this. I'm already doing it. But because she asked those questions, my mind can start working, and it's makes it easier when you get there. You have a game plan
Yeah.
when you get there.
Now, tell me about your dispatch.
Mhm.
When you send them out, do you lay it out in a pathway for them, for the technicians?
I do. So we found that the easiest way to keep track of where they're going, who they're seeing, and all of their contact and other important information of what's going on and such is going to be through the Google Calendar. I
Okay.
mean, it's free, it's easy to use, and I can put it on as many devices as I need to.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I make sure I get all of their contact info. So like their name, their phone number, email address. That way we can send them Google reviews, their address, and anything else I need regarding them. Like if they're at a campsite, a site number and stuff like that. I also get the year, make, and model of their RV. That way they know what they're looking for. And also if we needed parts, I can always contact the manufacturer and talk to them directly.
Right. Okay.
But I also get, like I said, any important information regarding brand or what exactly is the issue. Like if they've got an AC, whether it's going to be Coleman or Dometic, and what is it doing? Is it making noises? Is it blowing cold air? Or is it just not doing nothing at all? And so I try to get as much information as I can out of them, whether the customer knows exactly what I'm asking or not. And I put it on the calendar for them, and I do each person as a job or a task per se. That way it's all labeled for their time frame that they're set for. So we do 8 to 12, 10 to 2, and then 11 to 3. So we usually try to do about 3 calls a day in whatever area that we're dealing with.
So when you started out, it was just you, Darrell. Is that right?
Well, it was us two
Okay.
together. And so when we decided we was going to do this, I had retired. And
Sure, right.
so I was looking for something to do a couple of days a week because I can't sit and do anything. And so we decided to do this. And so I'm like, okay, this will keep us busy, give her something to do. And we had no idea it was going to do what it did and turn into what it turned into.
No.
So right now, how many techs are you taking care of? How many techs are you running?
There's myself, I have a full-timer, and I have a part-timer
Okay.
that's working with us. Then Savannah's in the office.
Okay, so 2.5 then. Okay. You know, when I think about what you guys are going through, this is great to hear that you've been successful and leap into this thing. When you go back and you look at how you did it, how would you do it different? What would you do?
Well, I started off, we did it together. We got the thumb drive of the home study that you did in the beginning. And so we purchased that. We sat down and we watched it. We went through it and we done the exercises and stuff. And I went out and went to work.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing what I know now, I wished I had a came here for the formal training
Okay.
first before I went out, because I have 3 years into this, and what I've learned here has been, it's almost mind-boggling, because of I was doing things and coming up with the same answer, but I was going about it the long way.
Mm-hmm.
Since I've been here, I have learned how to, I call it a shortcut, because I'm not having to go around 3 states away to come up with my answer anymore, which is going to make me more profitable.
You know, one of the things that I had to smile about, I was kind of eavesdropping on one of the classes, and I heard the instructor say, now guys, I know what the manual says, but let me tell you how it really works.
In the real world.
And so
Yeah.
that was the reason why we were very selective in making sure that these instructors have a technical background, but they also have the experience out in that field, because it's like you said, you don't need to go 3 states around to get to what
No.
you need. You know, if you got 12 bolts there, tell me what 3 I need to take out to get this thing out of there. So I can
Right.
And so you're right. It does. It makes a big difference to have the hands-on piece.
Correct.
You know, I was telling my partner the other day, I said, Steve, I'm running stats on these refrigerators, and the refrigerator's only lasting about less than 6 months. He said, you tell me those $5,000-$6,000 refrigerators only? I said, that's right, because they're being taken apart, put back together, bugs are put in them. But that's how you learn.
Right.
You talk about the refrigerators. I think that was one of my, enjoyed that class out of most, because we took them apart and put them together, took them apart, put them together. And then at the end, it was like, okay, here's all these parts. You got to find good parts and make 2 refrigerators run. It was very challenging. But because Terry, the instructor, was a tech himself,
Mm-hmm.
I could relate to him and what he was saying. And I learned so much from him.
Yeah.
It was well worth it. So
Yeah. But that's just part of getting the experience. If we can fast track you guys, so that way when you go back, you can be productive day one. Then I feel like we've been successful, and of course you're going to be successful.
correct.
Let's just kind of take a side trip here. Tell me about money.
Okay.
Tell me what you guys did in 2023.
In 2023, we did a little shy of 300,000 in gross tickets.
Gross tickets.
Yes.
Now, in that 300,000, how much of that was parts and how much was that labor? And do you know right off the top of your head?
So last year for 2023, our part cost was 80 to 85,000, somewhere in between there. Most of it going to NTP Stag and Lippert. So,
These seem to be the biggest players.
Right.
Yeah.
but probably majority of that is going to be our labor cost. We don't exactly specify down to each customer what our labor cost was on all that. But our payroll for last year was 99.8. So we did see a lot of people and get a lot of stuff accomplished.
That's impressive. That's impressive. So you've got an accountant who's working in the back end, who she probably gives you your monthlies.
Yeah, she takes care of all of our sales tax. She takes care of our payroll. She takes care of all the state and the quarterly stuff. We don't. All Savannah does is she sends her. She has access. We work off a QuickBooks. She has access to that, so she can go in and get what she needs. And I had been through an audit before, and I'm like, I'm not doing that again. So.
Yeah.
You're talking about with our friends at the federal level?
Yes.
And so, we pay her $135 a month is what she charges us, and I don't have to worry about it.
Money well spent, isn't it?
Money well spent. After going through an audit, it's money well spent.
Because you said in the very first month you guys made how much?
It was like $7,400. Yeah, $7,500.
Yeah.
$8,000.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we thought we were doing something.
We never thought we would do that much in 1 month, especially our first month. Like when we first started this, Dad was retired, and he was like, I just want to find something that I could do 2 or 3 days a week.
Yeah.
And with this, you can set your own schedule. Like you can work that if that's what you want to do. But in our area, it totally blew up. And so we never expected to have 1, 2, 3 calls a day, Monday through Friday. And then people asking, hey, can you come out on Saturday? And we're like, we don't work on Saturdays, unfortunately. Like we do let our techs have the weekends off because we are Monday through Friday trying to see as many people as we can.
Yeah. So if you look at what you guys are forecasting, how far do you see yourself going? I realize you're 60/40, but what do you see? I mean, if we were dreaming ahead, what
I really don't know, because I never dreamed of us being where we are now.
No, like this wasn't on our radar
No.
at all. We never expected to be this profitable. Like it's crazy.
And it's like, and what I've learned being in this, there's no limit, because there's so many. Yes, we're Savage Mobile RV Service, but under that service, there's so many different ways we can go under that umbrella of being a service that there's no end to it. There really not. I don't foresee seeing any of the way it's going a downtime the way we're going. And so we have customers that call us and they're like, "Oh, I read y'all's reviews. I want y'all to do my work."
well,
And they have, and in our area, there's some people who they'll call in and they'll be like, "Oh, wow, you answered the phone," or
a human answered the phone
yeah.
and they call me back.
Exactly. Or if they had to leave a message because I was on the other line or something, they're like, "Wow, you called me back. Like I was not expecting to even hear from you." And I'm just like, well, I mean, we're doing our jobs apparently. So, but we have those customers and I'm thankful for them too. But it's crazy that that's how some people are though. The customer service is what built our business. And from day one, we both agreed that the customer service is going to be our key factor. That's what's going to make us successful. It's going to make us or break us. And from day one, we have tried our best to get to everybody in a timely manner, to treat them with respect, even though if they're in the middle of a crisis. And at the time, if someone has an issue, they think it's the end
Yes,
of the
it is.
world.
Oh, yes.
And so we try our best to get to them, to talk them through it. And if we can't get to them because they're too far out, we'll try to tell them, "Hey, try this, try that. If it doesn't work, let me know."
You'll even help them diagnose it over the phone?
Sometimes we will, because
pretty
if
cool.
if they're too far from us or they're in a jam because they're leaving a campground and their leveling system won't come up, but we're completely booked and we can't get out there and there's no one else around that's able to come out there, I mean, what else are you supposed to do?
Yeah, you're right. Have you had many customers that all you could do is just get the slides brought in, the leveling legs up, and just get them home?
We're just outside of Atlanta. So there's a lot of traffic that comes through the Atlanta area going to Florida or something like that. So we run into a lot of calls that they've been in this campground on vacation. They're getting ready to go. They got to be out by 11 o'clock and their slide won't go in. And so that's when, okay, and if we got somebody close or one of us can turn loose and go, we'll go in, put their slide in, secure it, so that way they can go home and get it fixed, because they could be from 3 states away.
How much work do you do for the warranty?
We do a lot of warranty.
Okay, now is this factory warranty or extended service type warranty?
Both.
Both. Okay.
We do warranty work for all the manufacturers. We're actually a certified service center for all the manufacturers. We went through their processes and stuff. We do warranty work for Lippert. We do warranty work for Dometic, Coleman. Just about all the products that's out there. So, in which that's thanks to Savannah. She's the one that sat and done all the paperwork and jumped through all the hoops and stuff. I mean, that's why I've been here for 5 weeks and we've been getting checks the whole time we're here from work that we've already done.
That's good.
And they all pay in a timely manner now. Now that we've learned their system and how they do it.
Yeah.
So it's been really good to us. The warranty side has.
So that's the relationships that have to be built.
It is.
I mean, that's so good.
And that comes with time.
It does.
It comes with time.
I kind of waited a little bit. And I thought, this is so good to hear this kind of story, because you love to hear the success stories where people have done well with what they're trying and they're leaching out there. All right, so let's get on the personal level.
Okay.
Let's say Dad steps out of the picture. What does that do for you, Savannah?
So the original plan was for me to continue on with the business.
Okay.
Because we do have those techs out in the field that would essentially replace him. I would still be doing what I'm currently doing. So none of that would really change.
Okay.
But that was the original plan. Right now, I mean, we don't know what the future holds. And so we kind of have like a 5-year plan. Like everyone kind of has a what they want to do in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have so much right now that of what's going on in our lives that this has been our main focus and our main priorities. It's been our baby essentially.
Sure.
And so we've done everything we can to keep growing and growing and growing, and the sky's the limit. So I don't know, honestly. I really don't. Like, that was the original plan. If he were to step away for whatever reasons, whether he retires or he decides to start traveling or whatever, I guess we just keep going. We just keep going. Like that's the thing. The sky's the limit, and we've built a brand and a business that's recognizable where we're at. And so
And it's been good to us.
Yeah, it's been
Real good
incredibly
to
good
us.
to us.
Are you doing much with walkthroughs? If say somebody bought a new unit, do you spend any time with them going through it?
Yes, we have a thing that we do, and this was Savannah's idea, that especially for people that's first-time RV owners,
Okay.
that they can call us and schedule it, and we'll look at what they've purchased, we'll research it, what some of the stuff that's on it, what it does and stuff, and we'll go out and spend time with them. Up to about 2 hours, walking them through and, explaining stuff, how stuff works. And with myself and my other techs, there's years of camping experience there. And so we can relay to them some of the stuff that we found out over the years that works and stuff. And we find out when we get to do that, we have customers for a long time that they call us, hey, what about this? What about this? And so, and that's worked out really good for us.
Yeah. Well, you find that once people find someone that will call them back, will interface with them, talk to them, they see you as their tech.
Correct.
That's my tech over there. And then, of course, they take great pride in sharing. They may be sitting around the campfire talking about, hey, you really need to get a hold of those guys over there.
We get a lot of calls that way.
Do you?
We really do.
So are you guys advertising like on Facebook or Google or?
So we do have a Facebook and an Instagram page.
Okay.
And then we also have our website. We don't post like much changes on our website, but we do post on social media and such. And really that's the only advertisement we do. That and then our Google reviews essentially are the advertisement.
That you use.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so looking at where we've been talking, what are 2 or 3 things you would still like to say?
If I could say something that would help somebody the most is don't get discouraged.
Mm-hmm.
Because now it's not been all a bed of roses for us. We've had our ups and downs. We've had other people that work for us that we had these plans that didn't work out, and we had to back up and regroup and go at it a different way, but we never gave up. We didn't, neither one of us, we sat and we talked it through. This is what we'll come up with a game plan and do it. And it has paid off for us.
Good.
Big time.
Good.
And so if I could say something to somebody is don't give up. If you go into this, you're going to hit rocks and stuff, and don't ever let nobody tell you can't do it. We had a lot of people say, oh, this will never work. You'll never do this. And
where are they today?
Correct.
Where's that person today?
Right.
Yeah.
And so,
Isn't it amazing, though, that once you get started in something, doors seem to open, doors of opportunities open that you hadn't thought about.
yes.
And I always tell my wife, one phone call, one email, one knock on the door can change everything. So,
And that's true. And what you're saying is so true, because every time that we run across, and I call them bumps in the road, every time we run across them, it was like, okay, this didn't work out. And it was just like a few days later, this door would open up that makes you forget about all what just happened.
that bump you stumped your toe on.
Yeah.
I understand. Well, guys, I appreciate you doing this. I hope that